Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the channel. Woo! 2 minutes until close on SPY. You look like you're getting a push down right now. Down below the 350, 396 level. We're going to take a look at the broader market, see what we think is going on. I know I didn't post yesterday. Had some stuff to do outside of the house, everything like that. Just didn't get around to it. By the time I went to the gym and everything like that, I was just like, whatever. So apologize for that. But the things that I'm watching here are with SPY, at least in the short term. You are having a confluence of support that could potentially be brewing here for a short-term move back up. So let's break that down right quick. So we were drawing this Fibonacci off of this level here. And here you can see that you're interacting with your golden pocket. Wait, is this the fib that we were drawing? No, this isn't a log fib. What's up with that? I don't know what's up with my trading view lately, dude. Or was it this one, the macro? Yeah. So either way, you're on the 0.5 here, and then with that shorter term Fibonacci, you're also close to your 618. Let's see. There you go. So I would say that this is a pretty good level for us to be finding support on a macro basis. You also have this channeled sort of midline that you've had throughout this downtrend here that has acted as support and resistance on multiple occasions. Definitely a chop zone for SPY. So what I'm calling for here is not necessarily a big swing up, more of a short-term kind of relief rally off of this bigger move down that we've had. Moving down to the hourly time frame here, you can see that you can sort of draw out a little bit of a falling wedge that may be developing here. I'm not trading this as a confirmed sort of pattern until you get that break to the upside. And then on these shorter time frames, you are holding above that midline that we had drawn dotted, just in case you can't see that very clearly on your screen. Oh, I'm very big. Damn. This is awkward. If you're new to the channel, you're probably like, damn, this dude really keeps his camera big. I'm not going to go back and start over. I'm just going to switch it now. So just to briefly break down what I just said. I don't know how messed up the video is going to be now. So just to draw those fibs for you one more time, just in case you couldn't see them. I'm sorry. Wait, I got to make these numbers bigger too. Let's see. That is so funny, dude. But I think that's a good meme. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not a YouTuber, you know? Oh, by the way, dude, I got freaking blocked by Meet Kevin yesterday. Because I was just talking about how cringy he is to me, like, naturally, which, I mean, I was only saying, like, I don't really care if he has a position in AMC or if he has a position in freaking, I don't know, what's the Cinemark. I don't care what he has a position in. I was just kind of pointing out that I think he's always been pretty cringy to me personally. And I didn't tag him because I know him and Trey have like talked to each other before or whatever, had videos together before. And so I didn't want to like risk messing up his relationship with Trey or whatever, just because, you know, that's not very fair to Trey. But apparently he got tagged in the post a bunch of times or something and saw it at some point, so he blocked me. So now I can't see him cry about people harassing him on the internet anymore, which I'm pretty sad about, honestly. So anyway. All right, let's get back to the analysis. It's just so weird, dude. I didn't even tag him. I was like, damn. I really can't say anything anymore and have fun. I thought he was way bigger than, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought he's so big that, like, he wouldn't be able to he wouldn't see it, you know, I guess. But it is what it is. So anyway. Yeah, you're sitting on this 0.5 with the Fibonacci on the longer term macro Fibonacci, right? So if you draw it from the bottom way back here in June of 2022, you can also draw off of this, well, we would say the start of this rally here. So this break, and now you're basically sitting on your golden pocket, as you can see there, which is around 393 to 395. Again, look, multiple times this past week, I have had terrible luck when it comes to this with SPY. Normally, I'm really good at calling these sorts of reversals, and I just didn't think that the price would be pressed down in the manner that it did as aggressively, to be honest with you. I thought that there would be some relief for bulls at some point to trap more bulls. I am still macro bearish and have been, but I guess what I'm saying is I always knew that we were going to come down and have a pretty aggressive move downward. I just thought it would be a little bit more choppy, a little bit more short-term upside, but that never really came to fruition for us. Which is why it's really important. Like, if you, like, I don't want people to come away from my channel with like trade ideas or anything like that. So I'm really careful about that stuff, because you got to understand, like, as an influencer that talks about stocks and charts and stuff, whenever I say, like, I think a price is on a certain asset is going to happen, the next question that I always get is when, right? Which is like heavily an options-based question. And like, I haven't taught like risk management and stuff like that to my community and the way that I manage my trades and stuff like that. So I don't want people to think that that what I'm saying is financial advice. Obviously it's not financial advice. You should know that. But also, I don't want people to walk away and say, oh, based on what Dave said, I'm going to enter X trade or whatever. I think that rather my goal is to try and help people understand price action and then come to their own conclusions when it comes to trades. So when I have a bias, I'm more trying to explain why I have that bias rather than saying, hey, this is what I think is going to happen. And I know sometimes it might not always come across that way, but that's just always kind of how I've tried to approach it. So hopefully that's good context for you as far as like what to expect from the channel and what we're trying to accomplish here. It's more of an educational route, less of a trading route. Like, I'm not really trying to teach people how to trade, at least at this point. So anyway, I moved my volume up. I know we're bouncing around a little bit here now. Let me fix this volume right quick. So yeah, this is basically how I see it. I mean, you also have this key liquidity zone that you're entering here. If you draw a rectangle, you can pretty clearly see that this golden pocket actually in and of itself has been a big key trading range for this recent recent trading range. This has been a key liquidity zone, right, since like May of 2022. So I'm going to say this again. Personally, I'd be very surprised if you just plummeted through this level. But if my track record the past week counts for anything, perhaps it's possible that you do. But I think that the confluence is a little too good here. Let's look at ES1 and pull up some of those, well, see what we're doing with moving averages here. I have big moving averages on SPY as well, so I can pull those. See if we have any that are coming up here. The color on them is very bad. So that's obviously not coming up here. Wow, Dave, you're so well prepared for this video. You got rejected down by this one, the 50-day moving average recently, on this most recent turn down, actually, that you're experiencing today. I don't have all of them here. Maybe we just pull up the SPX chart, because I know that one has all of them already on it. Yeah, it looks like no macro moving averages are, oh, here we go. Let's pull some of them up. Yeah, the 50-day rejection, and from here you really don't have a lot of support anywhere. What is this one? The 21-week has crossed below the 9-week. No, yeah, crossed below the 9-week, which is bullish. But you have your 9-day here. So the moving averages aren't much help right now because there's a lot of conflicting. I would say that in the short term, it looks like like the 9-day is crossing below the 21-day, which short term is bearish. But you also have this longer term bullish signal that you're getting from the 9-week crossing over the probably the 50 first, and then the 50-day, and then what is this? Teal one. I don't even know if you guys can tell what the fuck I'm doing. The 21-week. Okay. So, yeah, you do have these larger bullish signals, but to be honest with you, In the manner that price is pressing down right now, I wouldn't be looking at these moving averages for any sort of reversal as of right now. More looking for that level support, the Fibonacci support, and those previous trading ranges. Let's see if I can draw a similar midline for this chart that I did for SPY, just so we can get some more context for that. Okay, so you have a peak here, obviously heavily traded chop zone, rejection here. Did act as like that final support before the rally up to 430 or so SPY, and you're testing it right now. And I'm sure that the Fibonacci is going to line up pretty well here. So from this start of rally, you're actually at the bottom of your golden pocket for this one. And then here down to your 885. If you go from the beginning, you push through your 0.5. Yeah, I would say, like, overall, you really want to see what you do on this midline as far as support and resistance. If you get rejected down below, like, 393 or so on SPY, obviously 390 is, like, definitely in the cards at that stage as far as, like, your next level of support, because the 707 has been so significant historically for SPY in this trading range. Yeah, it just depends on where you're drawing that, where that fib ends up being most impactful. I think that it would be from the beginning of the rally, though, from here. So I would say overall, again, I mean, I was calling for some chop. We never really got the chop. It's been very rangy, though. I know that futures last night was pumping really hard, and it was looking like SPY was going to potentially open at like 402, 404. And you did get that little spike at the beginning of the day to like 401 or something after some retracement overnight trading. And then you just got pressed right back down. So obviously bears are in complete control here. I'm not in denial of that at all. And I've always said that, losing this trend line here, like we said, this was a signal like, hey, we're going to $380, right? But more on the shorter term basis is where we were looking for those retracements, and it never really came to fruition for us. So I will say I'm a little disappointed in myself for that, but what are you gonna do? Like, I can't predict the future. I'm just trying to analyze price action and understand what's gonna happen next, right? Ape absolutely crushed the past few trading days. You are looking for support here. This 1.272. I said this on Twitter. Whenever Lucid trades, if you guys don't follow him, it's I instead of L at the beginning, but Lucid trades capital I at the beginning instead of L. He said, what happens once you break below this 521 level, which is the local bottom for Ape. And it's actually pretty cool, because you can draw a Fibonacci in this way, draw a Fibonacci retracement, and this will actually give you relevant levels that will go on for a long time. I know off the top of my head a good example of this is the hood chart, so I can show you that. I really don't like the way that this works now. We'll pull up hood. Welcome to my hood. Damn, this chart looks kind of nice. Might be some opportunity here soon. Welcome to my hood. Make sure it's on log. Put my chart on log. Oh, why was this chart not on log already? That's weird. But anyway, you can see that as this retracement has happened, all of the chop zones pretty much have been surrounding these Fibonacci extension levels, right? So whenever you, obviously, so we drew it from the bottom here to the peak here, right? Swing low to swing high. You had a lot of chop whenever you came into your golden region here. The 786 acted as support. You got rejected by the 618. Support again on 786 before you got rejected down. Came and retested your 885 before you got rejected down. And then you can see that the chop occurred here at 1.414. You did temporarily hold support at 1.272, but that lasted like 2 days. You had chop at 1.414. The 1.618 extension acted as a form of a chop zone until you got rejected by it. You got sent back down. You got sent right through, found support on the 2.272 before coming up and testing the 2 zone, which is like the standard deviation of the original $33.36 level. And then you got rejected back down through there before you were trying to find support on 2.414, and then you found support on the 2.618. Until now, you're ultimately here. This chart actually looks pretty good here. I kind of like how this is shaping up. I would say if you with Hood, I mean, look, everybody's gonna be like, he's promoting Hood. What a shill. Him and Meat Kevin can go in the back and touch each other. But if you break across $10.12 here with some volume, you could make a pretty good case that that Hood could be in for a bit of a rally here, at least up to $13. But really, I think that at any point, if you cross $13 again from this point, especially with this low of a low, below the $7.32, you should be pressing up to like $18. I actually like this chart. I'm gonna be paying attention to this personally. You do whatever you want to do. They turned off the buy button. I'm just trying to make a little bit of money. So I'm not like trying to, I'm just saying. Bitcoin again is finding support on its 2017 high here. Oh, I'm jumping around a little bit. Here's let's look at that for Ape. So with Ape, and this is just the local swing high, swing low, right? And we said from the beginning that this looked like distribution, like you were rounding out for further sell-off, right? But basically, I was telling Josh that once you get this extension down through 520, it's very likely that you're going to test this 470-ish region, and that's exactly what you did. So that's a pretty cool tool to be using. Let's look at AMC again. AMC, very unfortunate. You broke through this. This scaling is all messed up. Let me fix the text right quick. Sorry. I don't know what's up with that. Why is this one like this and every other one's not? All right. AMC, really unfortunate spot here. You broke through this uptrend pretty much any way you can draw it. You got broken through. You actually retested it and failed it and made a new low here. That's very bearish. Very bearish in the short term when it comes to that. I know a lot. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen the word fucking point of control over the course of the past 2 days. Holy shit. I know a lot of people are talking about that. And I mean, there are different ways to be viewing that through VPVR. But I do like the approach of using anchored point of control, which we'll do later. I'm not messing with that right now. What I'll tell you is AMC loves, repeat after me. AMC loves the 786. Okay? And so what I'm expecting here is that AMC gets pressed down to $8.25. Because that is the characteristic of this stock. That is what this stock does, dude. If it fails the 618, it essentially is always going to go to the 786. Okay? I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is not financial advice. What I'm telling you is, even if you pop up here and you test 973, I'm fully expecting you to fail and round out at around $8.25 before you see any potential recovery. It's very unfortunate that you lost this uptrend. I really love this uptrend. I actually was calling this uptrend back in like early June, saying, look, this is the sort of buildup that you need for you to have a big move up, big swing up. You got that swing up to the equivalent of $16.81 now. I think it was like $28 or $29 at the time. And you just didn't have that volume press you through. Eventually bears took over and the selling pressure was outweighed here. I do still think long term you're bullish on this chart, but like I was saying, I said in a few videos ago whenever I was talking about this chart, it's completely possible that you start to round out and you slowly kind of have to build up more steam to continue this effort up. These are big macro swings that you're experiencing on AMC now. But I do think that the complete effort here is accumulation at the end of the day. It's just that whenever you're at this sort of scale, this long term of a move, it just takes time. It takes time for this to all play out. So that's my take on it. You could draw this longer term support line here that you're testing. I would probably draw it like this and be less optimistic. I mean, look, you could press down through this uptrend and then recapture it with a quickness and get a pretty quick move out of here to the upside. But I do think that it's more likely that you slow things down here and you trade a little sideways, probably get range bound between $8.25 and $9 and maybe $10, right? So $8 to $10. You're going to have some sort of accumulation occur here before you press up again. And you could fail at a lower level there, which at that point would be pretty bearish again. And you'd probably see more continuation to the downside at that point. Looking at it technically, let's see if we draw this longer term downtrend. I mean, we can draw a more favorable one here. Yeah, I mean, there's a few different ways to look at it. Would you just look at it? Yeah, you don't really have support off of a downtrend here that you would really point at and say that's support. Yeah, I mean, you got rejected out of this distribution, this liquidity zone up here. You had distribution occur. You're gonna have to find support at this. You gotta cross back over 911 here and press up. In order to see more short-term upside. And then from there, we can judge the chart again and try and come to a better understanding. If you fail, though, below this level, you go to 825, I would say that you're reaccumulating, and it's going to take a little bit longer before you see any big rally again. That's just how I feel about the AMC chart at this point. Let's look at Bitcoin. So I'm pretty sure that this dotted line here, let's make this nice and thick. Yes, it's a macro bull trend from April of 2013, starting back here. You found support on this one historically. You found it at the COVID bottom. And you are currently trading just below it, it looks like, on shorter time frames. Yep. And you have tested the 2017 high a couple times here. So it's going to be very urgent for Bitcoin to be getting some price action to the upside in the near term. You have to see Bitcoin come back up here and trade to 21,000. I mean, 20,900. Basically 21,000 is where you want to see Bitcoin go and reclaim this uptrend if you want to remain bullish. If that doesn't happen within the next week or two, I would say that it's probably time for this retracement to continue. Let me look at this macro fib though from this local bottom that we had. This I know that we've probably covered this a bunch of times on the channel already. I just want to. Yeah, I mean, you got to double bottom at your 707 here. I mean, I don't hate it, and it makes sense for you to come up and retest this 0.5 here before you fail your way down. So, yeah, I would say that you probably should be getting a pop up in the next week to 21,000 on Bitcoin, and that's going to be a big test. It's gonna play around up there, probably go all the way up to this 21,600 and kind of trade in between that range. And if it gets rejected out of the range, especially with good volume from bears, I would say that your next target is going to be like $13,500, like on a more macro basis. That's what I would be expecting, because that is pretty much the downward liquidity target. Yeah, 13,800 was that previous top that you had in June of 2019. I'd be expecting you to go back down there, this 1.618 extension off of this retracement, $14,000. That's what I would be expecting from there. So, and then even you could go as low as 12,300 here and kind of trade in that sort of range for a while. So, I would say overall I'm pretty bearish on the market. That's pretty obvious, and I mean I have been. It's just we were looking for that shorter term swing up. I was trying to get some longs up there, and then so that I could reattach some more short positions to take advantage of the swing down. But I would say overall, it's pretty clear that you're in a bearish trend here overall with the market, which is obvious. But I'm saying that in the shorter term, that relief rally that we had up to $430 on SPY, stuff like that, the gas is really running out, right? On that, and what you're going to start seeing now is you're going to be starting to ask yourself, hey, are we going to see new lows, right? Are we going to see new lows in the broader market, crypto, SPY, et cetera, et cetera? Really, the big test is whenever SPY comes down here and tests that 380 to 385 region that we talked about before with that 707. Maybe after a short-term bounce that you have here, maybe all the way up to 410, you get rejected back down. Once you're in this 380, 385, whoever's winning the volume battle there is going to be really indicative of where the market, all markets head thereafter. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm going to cut the video there. I know we've been talking for a while. I had the big mess up at the beginning or whatever, so you're probably, if it's like the first 2 minutes of the video, you're probably sitting there like, am I really going to watch this for 25 minutes? But yeah, I'm gonna head to the gym. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, like, comment, subscribe. I already said that. I have a Discord link down below, completely free to join. It's just a community of members. I'm hardly ever there, to be honest with you, but a bunch of people there share a bunch of cool technical analysis and market alerts throughout the day. Love you guys. And then follow me on Twitter. And I got some exciting things to come. I just got to figure out how I want to go about it. But my goal here is to empower your average everyday retail trader. I'll tell you, trader / investor. Because I don't really see myself as a trader. I see myself more of as an investor. I like the bigger macro moves. I don't like kind of the day trading thing. It's not really for me. I don't like sitting in front of my computer all day, to be honest with you. But what I will say is, you know, why I started all this, if you guys haven't heard the story, is I bought AMC, like why I started on social media is I bought AMC in probably March, April, I'd have to go back and look, of 2021. I had shares and I had call options. And obviously I was a part of the parabolic rise in June, made a bunch of money. And what I saw, I mean, I wasn't an ape or anything like that. I was totally just like, I just saw an opportunity in the chart. So I was like, all right, cool, this looks good. So what I saw, though, after was like all the activity on YouTube. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and turn up my levels here. You guys let me know if this is a little bit louder and nicer, because a lot of people have been saying that my volume is really low. I'm stupid. I don't know how any of this works. But what I saw was like a bunch of stuff on YouTube and people just like promoting the stock, and I saw a lot of, it was, I don't want to say misinformation, but it was like just like a really passionate crowd of people that really wanted something to occur that I was seeing as less and less likely to occur in July of 2021. I knew that some retracement was going to be in hand. And so I started to share my takes on things on Twitter, and I was tagging AMC to try and, because I was in the the crypto rally of 2017. And I just remember on YouTube seeing so much confirmation bias, you know, like it was a bunch of people that got really lucky, to be honest with you. Like they didn't know much about anything. They bought a bunch of crypto because whatever, like they had Bitcoin from like 2015 or something like that because they, whatever, sold a pizza or something. And they got super lucky. And so from there, they started making YouTube content because obviously they were paying attention to the market and stuff like that. But it was a bunch of hopium, you know, it was a bunch of like, oh, we're going to go to 50,000 and stuff, you know, and I'm not going to lie, like I got wrapped up into it. I got kind of caught up in it. And I gave back a lot of gains that I experienced with crypto as a result of that. But I just saw a lot of similar characteristics, you know, and I think that the community needed someone to come in and say like, hey, like I'm not guaranteeing that the price is going to go up or down, but let's at least try and understand price action. You know what I'm saying? And so that was kind of always my mission. And so now I'm trying to evolve that mission and make it something that's a little bit more universal, something that, because I think that this generation, this generation is my generation. I just turned 30. This is when people get interested. Most people get interested in investing in finance and stuff like that when they cross their 30s, especially men, typically. And so I think that there's, like, right now, like, the media out there, nobody trusts the media. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go watch CNBC? You're gonna go on all these, like, Motley Fool websites and stuff like that? No, I think that the new generation it's gonna be on the internet. It's gonna be through user generated content like what you're watching here, and people really deciphering the code that is the market. And so I just want to use kind of my platform that I've gained from this, and do it in a way that is just cool and more relatable, and something that people can take away and walk away and actually understand price action that's occurring before it occurs, so that then they're not surprised by anything. And then I feel like retail in general can be better investors, better traders, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what kind of I've been working on. I have some plans, but I'm not really going to talk about them right now, just because I don't have it very detailed, and I don't really have a good direction to point you in, but I do have some ideas. So I'm looking forward to kind of implementing those, pushing those forward, and then seeing what the reaction is from the community and stuff like that. But I'm not saying like I'm going away from AMC or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I think that within all this, there's a larger opportunity to be had, not only for people like me, but also for people like you who are watching these videos. Your interest intrinsically is going to lead you down a path that's going to be very fruitful for very many of you. And I think that not only me, but somehow being able to bring it all together, bring in all the different opinions in a format that is really easy to understand and engage with, is going to be really critical to the future of this generation within the market. So without saying any more, that's pretty much where my head's at. That's where I'm coming from with this channel right now. And I'm working on some things in the background that are going to be pretty exciting, pretty fun, and gonna help a lot of people out, I think. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and until next time, peace. What should I sing? Nah, I'm not gonna sing. You know what? I'm gonna make you guys wait. All right, I'm gonna sing next time. All right, peace.